Forever. Dog.
It's beginning to look a lot like Sharp Bling.
Yeah, it is. It's beginning to look a lot like me. It's like
on my laptop screen.
it's like a fading in, like a magic eye. If you stare
Fading
at it long
in
enough,
like a magic eye. Wait, what's the next part?
what's that?
I'm singing along.
Oh,
Fading in like a magic eye. He is my favorite guy. It's time to start the show.
Julie, I got exciting news for you.
What's that?
Well, it's good news and bad news.
I can handle both.
What do you want first? The bad news? Thank you.
Sure.
This is the last episode of 2024 of last Double Threat episode of 2024.
That is bad news.
But you know what the good news is?
Wait, there's good news? I forgot about that part.
There is good news. The good news is there's going to be episodes in 2025. The next one you hear will be the first one of 2025.
Holy cow.
I know.
The way, numbers, right? Numbers, time. What else blows my mind? Because the world is round, it turns me on.
Yeah. Because.
Well, I've got more good news for you.
But who's that?
Oh, this is Brett. This is producer
Who
Brett.
the F
Brett
was that?
who?
On the line.
Brett whom?
Producer Brett.
Not Brett Hume, though.
No, not the newscaster. I think
Brett,
that's
you should
Brit
be
Hume.
punk and call yourself Brett Fume.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Now, do you feel a connection to other Bretts, like Brett Bear?
I do.
George Brett.
Not those two per se. I do feel a connection. I do feel,
Oh,
sort of
Latin
connection.
teacher is in the university. He's on tenure.
I don't mind George Brett. He really, he really laid it all out there, whether it's
Yeah.
getting
Yeah, he
mad at
sure did.
umpires or.
He laid it all out there.
He sure did. On the Sunset Strip. I mean, not the Sunset. On the Vegas Strip, he laid it all out there.
He laid it all in his Wranglers.
He laid it all out there in the
Men's
in
room.
that bathroom.
It's
Of
like
the Bellagio.
It's like a Hansel and Gretel. If you're walking the Vegas Strip and you see just like a sort of, trail of
whatever the
doo-doo.
opposite of
Yeah.
breadcrumbs are.
Yeah.
You follow it, you'll find
Yeah.
George Brett.
Brett Crumbs.
Breadcrumbs.
Yeah. Find yourself a friend that is as loyal as Larry
The man
was.
who brought
Larry showed
Brett
up.
pants.
Yeah.
George Brett. This is not me. Just want to be
No.
clear. This is George Brett,
No.
Kansas City Royals baseball player who famously shits his pants twice a year.
Yeah. Now this kind of first, let me just say something. First of all, welcome to Double Threat. I want to say that to everybody. Welcome
Starring
to Double
Tom Sharpling and
Julie
Julie Klausner.
Klausner. Featuring Brett Boehm.
Boehm.
Produced by Brett Boehm.
Well, you're one of the featured players.
Yeah, but I feel like the producer credit maybe is a little bit.
That'll be in
More
the credits.
impressive? According to who?
Brett, that'll be in the credits. You'll actually get the proper accreditation.
Plus, you get to do an update piece.
Yeah, you're going to be on Update.
I mean, you're telling me who are the featured players on SNL right now? Is that Michael Longfellow
I
a
have
featured
no idea.
player? Okay.
Honestly, you could make up a name right now, and I would be like, sure.
Well, I'm just saying, imagine if you found out one of the featured players on SNL was a producer of the show. Wouldn't you be like, why aren't you leading with the producer credit?
No, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Who's his dad?
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me more about Pappy. What show did Pappy write for? Anytime there's a hot up and comer,
Mm-hmm.
you always
Who's their
go,
pappy?
Who's Pappy? Tell me who Pappy is. Who's
Wait,
Pappy?
Wasn't there a movie called Pappy?
What was it called?
Where's Pappy?
Where's Papa?
Sure.
Great George Siegel movie. George Siegel
So we
and
could do-
Ruth Gordon.
Ugh, I would have really cleaned up in the 70s role wise. You think about who the leading
Think about those people.
players were.
Yeah. No, I would have cleaned up. I would have been on a sitcom that did 24 episodes a season.
I'd have 6 houses and no Botox.
Where they just paid people
in the 70s. If you had botulism, you were sick.
Yeah, you died.
You had the botulism toxin.
The point was to get botulism out of you, not into you back then. No, Brett, you, of course, the producer, Brett Bohm.
Thank you. And as I was saying before, there's more good news in addition to the fact that we will be back in 2025 starting on Monday, January 13th with new episodes. There is, for Patreon subscribers, one more episode this year. One more episode, which is our last live stream of the year, which is taking place on Wednesday, December 18th. That's this Wednesday.
And it's exclusive to patrons only.
Exclusive. So this is the perfect time if you haven't signed up for the Patreon yet and you're like, oh, I just need one more hit of Tom and Julie.
I just need one more hit.
One more.
Right.
And I'll be fine.
Hit
I'll be
me,
fine
Tom
after that.
and Julie, one more time.
Da-da-da.
Get on over to the Patreon,
Double
sign up.
Threat is killing me.
You can sign up for a 7-day free trial.
I wish that I could hear and see.
Or you can just take the plunge,
One
baby.
more thing.
Annual. Go annual.
Tom and Julie, just one more time.
One click once a year, and then you don't have to think about it. Annual subscription.
Why don't
That's
you
the ticket. That's the ticket.
sign up
Hit
for
me,
the
Tom.
Patreon one time?
It's a Christmas present to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, give yourself a freaking
Give
Christmas
yourself
present.
a present.
Yeah.
Who is your Santa Claus? His name is you.
Well, I'm British, so I talk about Father Christmas. Thank you very much. What an arrogant name that is.
British people
Father
and their
Christmas.
okay. You know what? Let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
Couple things about the British that are completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
The other is the pudding stuff.
Yeah. Black pudding.
Black pudding,
Blood
figgy
pudding.
pudding. There's a whole verse in that song where people are like, now give us some figgy pudding.
Yeah. Hey, you can have mine.
Not that good.
No.
What, you guys don't have cookies?
Exactly. No, they do. They don't have cookies. They have biscuits.
Well, there's your problem.
Yeah.
You gotta love that they all wear those Burger King crowns on Christmas, though. I thought that's a fun tradition.
That they eat at Burger King on Christmas?
No, they all wear those like paper crowns on Christmas. You ever seen British people on Christmas? They all put those like little paper crowns on. I'll show you. This is a big thing. They look like
seen
Burger
it.
King.
I know about it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you get
That's
a Christmas
fun.
cracker. I learned about
Yeah,
this when
Christmas
I was
crackers.
25.
Yes,
I learned
yes.
that somebody invited me over to their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they go, that's your cracker. And I'm like, what? That's not cracker. What are you, stupid?
And then inside is like the worst little trinket you've ever
Yeah.
seen in your life.
Yeah, a piece of
Yeah,
garbage
you get
is inside.
something. It's like you get a unique chokeable.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get like
Which
a
is
rubber
what I
ducky
call
or
them.
something in there. It's just stuff
I
you can never use.
Honestly, Brett, I just swallow them like a pill. I just take a glass of water and go gulp. I had so much brandy that night that crown was not on my head at the end of the night. I'll tell you that too.
Look at this fun British family here.
Yeah, look at them.
They're all pretending that they're the queen. Isn't that hysterical? Isn't that funny?
I just want to say, everybody
Mama.
in that picture looks like a freaking loser.
Asshole. Well, my mother's family's here and my father's family's here, so that's the losers and
Yeah.
the assholes. And
Let's-
what we like to do is we like to pretend that we're the landed gentry.
Now let's look at what's on that table. A turkey.
Boo.
Potatoes. Like
Yay!
roasted potatoes. Brussels sprouts.
Eh,
Not
it could be. They look terribly
yeah.
cooked. Can I say that?
Yeah,
they
they
don't
look
look
weird.
well prepared.
No. What else do we have? A little carrot.
Carrots.
Little carrot is displayed very strangely. Sweet potatoes? Is that what's to the left of the carrot?
Yeah, it looks like a thing of sweet potatoes.
Now, what is that thing in front of that? French fries?
Yeah, it looks like a big thing of French fries.
French fries.
Why? Why do you have French fries and roasted potatoes?
And coleslaw and beets? Is that and then a thing of gravy?
Gravy in front, yeah.
What are you doing with that plate? Is that what is in the thing on the bottom left? Is that it looks like
Looks like
Coleslaw.
cranberry sauce?
looks like no, the
in the front?
That's cranberry sauce, and then to the left is coleslaw. I
that's
think.
some chunky cranberry sauce.
I think they have a chunky cranberry sauce, but you're telling me they have coleslaw instead of mashed potatoes?
It appears that way.
Maybe
Also,
that's
this
mashed
family
potatoes.
is
that might be mashed potatoes.
These are sick. These are sick fucks.
These are Americans
Yeah.
too, by the way. They're pretending. I mean, I've never been more certain that these people are American and not British.
I
I'll
don't
just-
know.
The look of these people.
That woman, the mom
looks
is
a little-
as British as can be, Brett.
Yeah, that woman looks like Camilla Parker.
All right. Well, then
Bowles.
she married into an American family. Clearly,
No, that guy.
I don't know. The guy, yeah, him
Yeah.
too. He looks like Bill
these are-
Nye or
these are-
something.
The youngins look more American.
Yeah, he looks like he could be like Luke Wilson's,
Yeah.
failure brother.
One guy looks like the third Lopez brother, Brett.
he
Little
does
basketball
Yeah, he
joke
does.
there, and that's one for Tavy.
The Lopez twins.
Yeah.
Well, they're also on like all the commercials. Y'all know who the
Yeah.
Lopez twins are. Give me a break.
I don't know who they are.
There are
Oh,
two
okay.
basketball players. They're both 7 feet tall. Robin Lopez and Brooke Lopez.
Are they on the
and-
same team?
No, they're not. And that's the thing. They've been in the league forever. And I think Robin might be out of the league finally.
They're comedians too. They're very funny. They're funny
Oh,
guys.
good.
They do hijinks. They beat up the mascots. You
I
know.
love comedy.
Yeah. Now, the woman in that picture, the woman in red, the
Yeah.
lady in red, she looks American.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me zoom in on her. I see what
Is
you.
dancing with me, cheek to cheek. Blah, blah.
I don't know. That song gets me.
Anytime the cheek to cheek part makes me want to.
You don't like
Pork.
the idea of dancing with someone cheek to cheek.
Lady in red
But you know what's messed up?
is
Tom, is that-
dancing with me, cheek to cheek. Hey, Chris DeBerg, any chance you want to take another pass at those lyrics?
Why?
We love the lady in red is dancing with me. Love it.
Good.
Couldn't love that part more.
Okay.
Maybe cheek to cheek isn't where we should go with that
Why?
because it's weird.
Should I make it more erotic?
Yeah, butt to crotch.
That's what
There
I
you
was gonna
go.
say. Is like maybe it's one cheek to like her butt cheek.
Yeah. Well, I don't want. What are we playing? Twister or dancing? I wanna see
Butt
that
to
game.
crotch. That could work.
The
That could
way
be
these
fun.
kids dance today, Tom.
Yeah.
You know, I had that part-time job where I would go around and make sure that kids were like a foot and a half away from each other at
I know
school dances.
you were always one. You had a ruler,
Yeah.
but then weirdly enough, you would also spike the punch bowl. It was mixed messages from you. You'd get on the kids for getting too close to each other, and
then I'd
you
make
would
sure
get
they
them
were-
drunk.
I make sure they were like unreconcilably horny.
Yeah. So you're pouring. You know what you got
Glug,
pouring
glug,
that?
glug.
Some Spanish fly. We'll
Yeah.
get the kids all hot and bothered under the collar. I tell you. What a week. Things are good now, but what a week.
Here's why this was a good plan on my part when I poured Spanish fly into the punch bowl.
Yeah.
They would have fired me. I had to give myself a job. You know what
Mhm.
I mean?
Sure.
If they weren't horny,
Yeah.
then they wouldn't need someone like me to go around with a ruler
course.
and make sure that they had enough room in between their
It's
bodies.
it's the firefighter who sets the fire so they can be
Exactly.
the first ones at the fire.
Absolutely. So that's what I did. And I'm really proud of it. I'm not really proud of a lot of things I've done,
Yeah.
but spiking punch bowls at
Mhm.
high school dances is one.
That
In this economy, you got to make your own work.
you got to make your own work, and that's what I do. I work at a movie theater part
Mm-hmm.
time over at the City Walk.
Mhm.
Oh, the AMC City
Yeah,
Walk?
I work there.
I didn't know that. But
yeah,
I've
I
seen
do.
you there.
I work there, but what I also do is I go there
Yes.
and I pour popcorn on the floor. I take this Kit Kat, I smear it across the seats. That way they're just like, somebody's got to clean this theater. I know I always have work because some animal trashed the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the animal. And
Mhm.
I'm the animal wrangler.
Yeah, and you're watching the Rob Schneider movie, The Animal,
The
on
animal
the big
place.
screen.
We are playing that. You should
Is
swing
it a
by, Brett.
like a midnight
I heard that
movie
this week,
series.
because this week they did the anniversary screening of Interstellar,
Yeah.
and then next week it's the anniversary screening of The Animal.
The animal. You should
Yeah.
come by.
I can't wait. I'll be there.
You know, Brett, if you can, this is what I think. Brett, you can do it. Come on by
That's
the
good.
theater. You can do it.
Is everybody dressing up like their favorite Rob Schneider character? Or
Yeah.
Can I get in the spirit there? Okay.
Oh,
Not
absolutely.
intentionally.
No.
I'll probably be some
Just kind of
iteration.
happened that way.
Some iteration of Deuce Bigelow. I just have to figure out which kind of version of Deuce.
Deuce
I wanna go
Bigelow.
as.
Which one? European Gigolo or male Gigolo?
I like male Gigolo, but he has a lot of different looks in that movie because he's sort of like dresses appropriate to his date at any
How
given
is that
moment.
different than Dan Aykroyd's like male prostitute?
Fred
Wasn't that-
Garvin?
Yeah. Like, why didn't anybody flag that? Now that I think
I
about
think it's
it.
more of like a one walked so the other could run situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair.
But who was who?
No, one would walk so that I can run away from the other one. I remember as a kid thinking Fred Garvin, male prostitute, was the funniest thing I had.
It is pretty funny.
Because the way Dan Aykroyd played, he was like, "I'm Fred Garvin, a male prostitute." Like he was doing. He was at peak Dan Aykroyd.
You know, he's my favorite guy from that whole thing.
Mm, yeah.
I like him, and I like Bill Murray from that era, and then
Sure.
the rest can all go jump in the East River.
You should read this Blues Brothers book I read if you want some
Mhm.
real insight into Dan Aykroyd as a
Well, he
young.
was hanging out with like Carrie. He and Carrie Fisher were hanging out.
John Belushi wanted them to be a couple so badly.
Oh,
He wanted because then they could double date. He was so
Yeah.
like him and Judy. He wanted Dan Aykroyd and Carrie Fisher to be a couple,
Yeah.
so they could hang out together.
but they weren't a couple,
They tried a little bit,
Yeah.
but it really didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't take.
right?
It's
Well,
really
look,
yeah.
I've been saying he and Donna Dixon are meant to be since I was old enough to talk.
Now, are they still together?
Yes,
Isn't that unbelievable? It's so
I
good
love
for
it.
them.
I love it, and I love photos of young Dan Aykroyd in leather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. This book is. I'm telling you, the name of.
I'll read
it's
it.
fun. I want to just plug the book for anybody who.
Please do.
The name of the author is. Let me find it here. Daniel DeVise. Daniel DeVise. The Blues Brothers: An Epic Friendship, Rise of Improv, and the Making of an American Film Classic. The Dan Aykroyd stuff. Dan Aykroyd clearly participated heavily in this book, and it was kind of sweet. Like they would go up to Canada, and then they'd steal like a motorboat. I think I told you that, and then
That's fun.
he was just like saying to Belushi, "He's like, I don't want you to get in trouble. You're American. They'll kick you out of the country. You'll never be allowed back in." So, like, and they said the thing famously like that. Dan Aykroyd's goal in life would be to rob a bank and then catch himself.
Oh, that's cute. That's what we were talking about, starting
Yeah.
your own work.
Yeah,
So
because
that you can have a job.
he was obsessed with crime and law
Punishment.
enforcement. Yeah.
I think, Brett, we should have an episode of this show where both of us finish a bottle of Crystal Skull vodka on the
Oh
air.
yeah,
that'd be
Dan
fun.
Aykroyd's.
Yeah.
He's been doing that for a while too. I feel like he was a little ahead of maybe Crystal Skull hasn't
Yeah.
taken off to the extent of Casamigos, but he was definitely, I think, ahead of the curve on celebrity.
Absolutely.
But
I mean, it was like everything else. It was a project of passion.
Yeah.
And there
it's-
is a little bit of overhead costs with that too, because he insists that every bottle be modeled after like a crystal alien skull, I think is the
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
And the thing with it is, sure, maybe he didn't make the big splash that George Clooney made with some. He's been in the game with that for a very long time.
At
He's
least
doing it for
20
the love,
years.
for the love of the game.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
These bottles are sick too, actually.
and money. He does get money for it
And
too.
money, the love of the money.
Yeah, the love of the loony.
This is legit cool though. Can you imagine drinking vodka out of one of these?
Can I imagine? It's one of
Brett,
we're
it's
gonna
not
be
that
doing.
expensive. Buy
Yeah,
us
it's
each
not
a
bad.
bottle.
This is at Bevmo. I can
Come
just go
on,
down to Bevmo and
Scrooge.
get
Brett,
this.
that's gonna be me and you on the beach.
Hell yeah.
On Christmas
Come
morning.
on.
Oh yeah, just passing
Look,
this
and you're gonna be
crystal
like
skull
trading
back and forth.
places. Looking good, Lewis.
We should, Brett. We should.
Well, we
go.
can be in those Santa outfits from Trading Places, all like gross.
Oh, with like
Santa.
one of those big like sides of that fish that he has.
When he's gross Santa in that movie, it cracks me up. So
It's
much.
really fun.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
We're big John Landis fans on this show. In case you haven't gleaned that, if this is the first time
You don't
you're
get credit
listening,
for that.
this is basically a John Landis like fan podcast.
It really is. It's called.
And
we're
by
going to
the way,
change the name of the show next year. It's going to be called Landis Fandis, and
Landis
Whoa.
before time. I will say this: we also like his movies.
Yeah. My favorite of his movies is Into the Night.
Oh, the worst Sondheim musical.
I just got to say one thing, guys. Last week's episode of Double Threat, the use of the word tapered
Disgusting.
was the line for me.
Unforgivable.
You're referring to George Brett. This was after he had recovered from
Oh,
his episode.
Brett. Be discreet
Be
with what you're
discreet,
about
yeah.
to.
Oh, I know
unpack.
all the I know all the
beg of you.
euphemisms. I know
Yeah.
all
I beg
the
of you
euphemisms.
to not be too graphic.
I grew up in a Southern Christian household. Do you know how many euphemisms I have for going to the bathroom? That's all I got is euphemisms for going to all the like water closet and all that kind of stuff. So George Brett was talking about after he got through his episode and he got regular again, he took a double tapered
Bowel movement.
Experience. He had a
movement,
double
BM.
tapered experience.
Yeah. And that's the DT I don't want. Double threat is the DT I want. The double tapered is the thing I don't want. That's the bad DT. The good DT is double threat. The bad DT is George Brett's double tapered. What a sleaze.
This was a story that I wish I could unhear. And I'll say this, Tom. I don't know how
Yeah.
you feel about this. I feel like the show's been getting kind of blue lately.
It has, yeah.
lately.
Miles Davis wasn't as kind of blue as Double Threat's been getting.
Yeah, Picasso didn't have a blue period like we've been having.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Brett, would you like to add to this blue pylon or no? Would you like an example?
I was just looking up exactly what
give you
double
one?
tapered means. It's just from
stop with the double
physical, because it's kind of it.
I don't know what's worse.
It's like a really well rolled joint, essentially.
I don't
is
know
a
what
double tapered.
this is what
Talking about it.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that you're mentioning it or the fact that you kind of don't know what it is.
I
And
think
you
the
had to
first
look
part
it
is.
up.
I think the
That's-
first part is
that's-
worse.
I think the most troubling thing, Julie, is that Brett is leaning into something that he doesn't entirely have a grasp of, and he's running wild.
I don't tend
with
to
this thing.
analyze my bowel movements from like an engineering
Don't
perspective.
say that
No,
word
this is okay. This
either.
is sick.
I don't like these. We asked you to be discreet, and
Yeah.
now you're being very, very.
I haven't used any vulgar words. Okay, these
Sure you
are all.
They are
Yeah, but
vulgar.
that's
They're
what makes it
vulgar
worse.
to me. They're
You've-
vulgar to me.
You figured
I
out a
wasn't-
workaround.
And by the way, I wasn't brought up in a Christian Southern household. Tom, I feel like he rubbed that in our face.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I just wanted to let you know that I it wasn't. I didn't grow up in like a brash potty mouth household.
A
So
brash potty mouth household.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, look where that got you. Look where that
Yeah.
got you. Now you're an adult and you're on a podcast gleefully talking about a Hall of Fame baseball player's toilet action.
you were asking me to tread carefully, and I was simply handing you my CV where I have a PhD in treading carefully. Is what I was saying.
CV,
Yeah.
PhD.
Yeah.
I just heard you talk about BMs.
You know what, Brad? You can see when you got your CV. You can see me walking out on DT because I got to go barf in the parking lot
In the WC.
in the WC. See, I'll see, Ryder. I'll see what you have done. CC DeVille, poison. I'm doing as many of these as I can.
Well, look, we
it's the
did
end of the
talk.
year. I got to burn these off.
We did talk about maybe having this be a. I mean, I feel like we kind of the mission of this episode was to make this a family friendly, like a
Yeah.
G-rated episode
Yeah.
to end the year with, because we've been.
Yes, we're trying to clean up the mess we made at the end of the year. We're trying to just give things a wholesome kind of fresh start.
Yeah, so I'd like to say to the listeners, did we have fun talking about the George Bush thing? Of course we did.
Did you have fun listening to it?
Did you have fun listening? Absolutely you did. But these are the holidays now. It's time to do something.
Time for God. Time for God.
It is time.
And family.
It's time. And do I ultimately feel like Double Threat should be a faith-based program? Yes, I do. Is this a baby step toward my goal of making this?
That's where the money is these days. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been saying it should be a faith popcorn based show, but everyone says that's too niche.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking it should be a Faith Hill based podcast.
Oh God. You remember that detail in that?
Made it.
Hear that
that her,
detail in that
Shania, I think.
Case.
Wait, who was that? You're still the one I go to. That's not Faith Hill?
Faith. I think that's
still
Faith Hill.
Still the one is Shania. You're still the one is Shania.
It is?
Yeah, Faith Hill is Breathe. No, not Breathe. What did Faith Hill do? She did do Breathe.
Sing a little bit of it.
Wait, did she do Breathe? Yeah, Breathe.
She had to remind Garth Brooks to do that.
Faith Hill did the
This is Faith Hill. Can you imagine her and Tim McGraw getting it on? That must have been hot stuff.
This guy, Julie. Did you hear what he just said?
Did you hear? Could you imagine her and Tim McGraw having sex? That's hot. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what I said. I guess
that's what I said.
A little differently.
I guess that's what I said. Were you Urkel?
This song's got a big chorus. You remember that big old chorus?
Who's married to Garth Brooks?
Trisha Yearwood. Well, but they're having rocky times lately.
Faith Hill with Trisha Yearwood.
Miss Trisha, as he calls her. No.
Yeah, he can start calling her.
So calling
pay
her,
to the order of.
Exactly. Start calling her the plaintiff.
Here we go.
Hear this, Brett, but I'm not complaining.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was.
No, I'm not.
No, Brett, I'm complaining. I can hear this in the headphones.
Come on, this is a hell of a radio song.
Yeah, sure, it is. That's why radio's
really
dying.
My thing.
I don't know. That chorus is big.
Remember that era, Julie, when two models were the top country entertainers?
Her and who else?
Shania Twain. Just like literally the two most perfect people ever. And they were like country music. That's when it really took the pop route. But then, ironically, these country music programmers couldn't wait to kick these women out. And as soon as 9/11 happened, all of their careers dried up.
Okay, so you're Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
You are? Get in that car, Shania. Who are you hitchhiking? What are you waiting for?
Yeah.
You're on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Head to toe Patricia Field leopard print? Brad Pitt just passed you? Run after the car like Rerun at the end of the friggin' credits.
Yeah. Rerun never caught that car.
Rerun did catch the car once.
Mm-hmm. It's like Moby Dick.
That's how we ended up at that Doobie Brothers concert.
She also says she's not impressed that you're a rocket scientist in that song, which has always felt a little
That's impressive.
Rude. Yeah, that's impressive. That's like objectively impressive.
She said it don't impress her much. It impresses her a
Compared to
little.
How long it takes to become a rocket scientist? I mean, that's impressive. She's got impressed the work. You gotta be impressed by the work ethic, if nothing.
No.
What about
Not
if
me,
he's a
man.
rocket scientist for SpaceX?
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, but everybody needs work. It's not he doesn't own
Okay,
SpaceX.
so you work for SpaceX. That don't impress me
That's
much.
perfect. Yeah.
Ooh, updated. That don't impress me much for.
Sure.
So you're Jacob Elordi.
So it's all.
Yeah.
That don't impress me much.
Yeah, who would it be for the next one? That old man who was in Saltburn who pretended to be a high school student?
Glenn Powell scans pretty nicely. Like
That-
Brad Pitt, Glenn Powell.
What's that old man's
man
name?
in Saltburn.
Remember that guy
Are you
who's like
talking about Barry
57?
Keoghan?
He was like
Talking
the
Barry the what? Barry Cohen?
Barry Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan.
The one who looks like he's in his late 50s, who was just
So
like,
funny.
I'm in high school.
People were mad at him because they said he dumped Sabrina Carpenter, so he like deleted his social media. I'm like, I think he deleted his social media because he's an old man and he probably did it by mistake.
Yeah.
He's like, where's Instagram?
Yeah.
He sat on his phone and then
He
his-
sat-
all his accounts got
He
deleted.
thought his phone was the remote control and he was trying to turn on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to do Wheel of Fortune before he turns in for the night.
And he did not notice that Pat Sajak is gone.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Pat looks,
He had,
Pat.
he had a cup of cocoa as he
But
sat.
like lukewarm cocoa that doesn't
Lukewarm.
hurt, so it doesn't
Like
hurt his
Swiss Miss,
teeth.
like weird Swiss Miss. He waters it down extra.
He
like,
just has it with water, not milk.
it's too
From
it's
the
just
tap,
too
like,
much. It's just
All
too,
I do is I use the hot part of the tap
yeah.
and I pour it into the powder.
And then it's too much. If you do it with milk, that just doesn't sit. My stomach doesn't sit right all night. Then
It's cocoa time.
and check out my new movie where I play a teen who's who's trying to climb the ranks in high school in a private school. Made the other guy who looks like he's 36 look young by comparison.
Well, I mean, those kids in Wicked 2 are like a little long in the tooth. They're like, welcome to
Yeah.
Shiz. I'm like, is Shiz a finishing school?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Is this a continuing education?
Yeah. What do you do? Yeah, exactly. It's like when I went to community college and you look and you're just like, I used to have that game I would play with myself where it's like, are you a teacher? Are you a
Yeah,
student?
yeah.
Are you a custodian?
Mm-hmm.
When anybody would walk in the room, it's just like, if they stop at the desk in front, you're a teacher. If they keep walking into the rows, you're a student. If you stop at the garbage can and walk it back into the hall, you're a custodian. But look, we're taking the scenic route to tell you all, this is a family-friendly episode of Double Threat. This is
So
one.
wake up your kids.
G-rated.
Yeah, wake up the kids.
Gather them round.
Gather around that old Victrola.
Yeah. Sit on the floor and watch the radio.
Yeah.
Gather them around your little Bluetooth single speaker that you use for all your music these days and audio.
Is there anything to doing an updated Norman Rockwell painting of the family sitting around the radio and just making it like a crappy like Bluetooth speaker?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
Yes.
good.
Definitely.
Can we do that as a mural on the side of the Forever Dog wall?
Yeah, and what else? Like maybe the kid's like has like a Prime Energy drink in his hand or something.
Yeah, the kid's
Or
got
like-
a Prime Energy drink.
Like a septum piercing.
Piercings.
Cool,
You
cool.
see tattoos, piercings, Prime Energy, cell phones,
Mhm.
and a Bluetooth speaker. But it's just done on top of the original painting.
Well, I sent out a call on Patreon to our loyal subscribers and said, "Hey, we need some G-rated clips. Okay, that's
Yeah.
not where I live. I'm X-rated, so I need you to help me out."
No,
Give
you're
me
the king of raunch.
Yeah, but and you X-rated, you mean Elon Musk's cool website. You love
Yeah,
his website.
and you love how he rates things.
I do, yeah. All of those things are true. I'm a raunchy guy who loves
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk,
Mhm.
and so I just can't. I couldn't, even if I
He's
wanted
like
to
your
find.
hero. He's like your
Yeah.
idol.
I couldn't find family-friendly clips if I wanted to. If I tried, I couldn't find. I wouldn't
No.
even know where to look. I
You
wouldn't
know where
to
to
look.
start.
Also, can somebody isolate the audio on Brett saying, "I'm a raunchy guy that likes Elon Musk"?
Oh my god. We'll finally get to the top of the podcast charts.
Yeah. Sounds like a new show the Forever Dog should consider.
Yeah, seriously.
So I was on the dark web. I was trying to find G-rated clips. I was only finding just more raunch and more filth.
That's not where they live, Brett.
And so, but luckily, our subscribers have a stockpile of these things. Because oh my god, the response we got! I got so many great G-rated clips for you, and I'm gonna put all the clip links as I normally do in the show notes, so you can watch these for yourself and watch them on repeat on loop over the holidays
on Christmas Day.
Yeah, exactly.
When you get home from, you guessed it, church.
That's right. So when your uncle starts spouting off
You're
about
right there,
whatever, I'm fine. When your uncle
You
starts,
sounded like you were about to die. Oh my God. Tom.
He sounded like Harvey Johnson.
He
Right?
sounded.
Hello, Mrs. Rain. This is Harvey
This is
Johnson.
Harvey Johnson. Can I speak to Penelope Sue? Is it true about Kim?
Do you know what this is from, Brett?
I do. That's from Bye Bye Birdie.
That's right.
Yay, Brett.
Yeah, come on. I wasn't
Yeah.
born yesterday.
Ba-na-na-na-na.
All right, but I do have a family-friendly clip here for you, which is, we had to get some cute animal things in here.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of cute animal things.
Yes.
I really like this one. I've never encountered this animal before. This is a Cindy the Baboon. Cindy the Baboon.
Oh my.
And again, this clip will be the link will be in your show notes, so you can watch along with us. But Cindy the Baboon is this lovable baboon who just loves to hug all of her animal pals.
Okay.
So this is pretty fun.
She's with a dog, a puppy. Can you turn up the? Is there volume or no?
It's up, yeah, but it's like
think
very
we need-
low.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
this poor
Music.
puppy's
She's-
being
okay, so
held. A little weird angle. the
Yeah,
whole
Cindy tries to
Scooby-Doo.
hug. She doesn't always sort of.
Oh no, that was Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy.
Flapping the gums there. It looks like
Cindy,
Sandy
no,
works.
Cindy.
That looks like Cindy's working. Cindy the Baboon might work for Edie's with that.
Some of these hugs need work.
Oh,
It's got a porcupine in her.
yeah. Cindy just loves.
She loves hugging
other
her
dogs.
pals.
And the dog's back. The thing is, that dog's back. If that dog hated it so much, they wouldn't
like
go
a
back.
warthog. Little meerkat.
Oh, this is cute.
All right, easy, Cindy. All right.
Oh, Cindy, not by the tail, Cindy. Cindy.
Oh, here we go.
No, the
They
dog
found it
likes
out.
it.
Yeah,
The dog thinks it's fun play,
Yeah.
like this is a human being.
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
great
that was
stuff.
nice.
That's great stuff.
Who sent that one in?
That came in from
That
Josh.
was from Cindy, actually.
Thank you.
Cindy sent it in. Thank you, Cindy and Josh, by association.
Thank
That-
you very much. That's a fun one.
That was cute. Thank you. See, this is what we need to
This is it.
end the year.
This
Is
is it.
this kind
Wholesome.
of good old fashioned, the way things used to be.
Yeah.
By the way, Glenn Miller played.
Well, speaking of the way things used to be, you remember the little Jerry Lewis telethons, the MDA telethons
Oh,
that
yeah.
Jerry Lewis
Yes.
would do?
Do I
Of
ever?
course.
Well, on one of those telethons, I'd never seen this before, but I thought this was a lot of fun. This was sent in by Laura. On one of those telethons, they had Alvin and the Chipmunks make an appearance. This is the 1982 telethon, and Alvin and the Chipmunks did a little song, a rendition of a popular song at the time for the telethon.
Well, this is what I'm worried about.
Yes.
Is this going to be people in giant costumes that look weird?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Why would
yeah.
you be worried about that?
Because
That sounds
it's
fun,
trouble.
no?
It's
You
a
think
little
it's troubling when people are in like big, funny, furry costumes?
Big funny furry things, and then they play the audio is clearly not coming out of the costume, and they're just like swinging their arms around to match the audio.
So you want them to be singing from inside the suits?
I just don't want any of it. I don't think it should exist. If-
I think you're gonna like this. I think
Okay,
you might
all right.
change your
Look,
you
I'm-
might change your tune, so to speak, when
I'm
you
game.
hear.
I'm game.
This.
I'm a fan of the. I like the Chipettes.
Okay.
Now, are you guys going to help me sing or what?
Yeah, this is what I thought it was going to be.
It's exactly what you described.
They're doing Jessie's girl from Chipmunk Punk.
Jessie is a friend. Yeah, I know he's been a good friend of mine.
I have a question. Wait, do you mind pausing it? Why do they wear those like nightgowns? Is it so they don't need to worry about underwear?
You mean like they're drapey shirts like that?
Yeah, like why do the chipmunks all wear some version of like a papal cloak.
I think they're just supposed to be like sweaters that are too big for them.
Okay, because it seems like if there was a strong wind, we would see some acorns.
We might, yeah. That's a good point.
Oh, I'm already getting blue. Damn, I'm sorry. I mean, darn. Can't help myself.
No, I get it. Look, we can.
I mean, those outfits would come in handy if they had like a George Brett situation.
No, we're not talking about that on the show now. See, he can't turn it off. This is not your movie podcast, Brett. This is Double Threat.
Sorry,
save the filth for your cinema crowd.
But we're all on the same. We all agree that none of them are wearing underwear.
Oh, absolutely not.
Nothing's changing, hard to define. Jesse's got himself a squirrel, and I wanna make
Jesse's got himself a squirrel. Did you hear that?
Good.
That's
Nice.
fun.
Great harmonies.
People are having fun with it.
Is Dave supposed to be backstage playing the keys? Who's playing
Dave,
the keys on this thing?
That's Dave. He's off camera. He's like he's like the fourth member of the Alvin and the Chipmunks, but they don't want him on screen.
Based on the outfit here, they should really just sound like the White Stripes, right?
Yeah, just guitar and drums. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had great stage presence. They sound
Yeah.
great.
There was
This really helped a lot of kids with muscular dystrophy.
Yeah. You can just picture Jerry Lewis backstage watching this on a monitor, being like, I don't know what this is, but apparently
Screaming at someone.
the Chipmunks, this is a thing.
I have a feeling that this like wholesome episode of the show is going to be so much more perverse than what it usually
I
is.
think we might end up in a place we didn't think we were going to at by show's end.
Why don't the other two Chipmunks have a letter on their nightgowns?
Because we know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Alvin is so generic looking.
But Alvin's the lead. I know who Alvin is. You don't think Alvin's the most? Alvin's like the
But he's the
front
most
man.
generic because Simon is sort of tall and has glasses.
Has the glasses and is just shredding this guitar solo.
Look, if I were
Yeah.
into Chipmunks, like sexually, I'd be like, I have a thing for Simon.
Now, which one's which?
Simon is in
Simon
blue.
Simon's
is
a guitar
the tall,
player.
thin one, and Theodore's on the drums, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Theodore is like the Trey Cool of the group.
Sure. And Simon's more the Mike Dern.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, look at this.
Are we
is
gonna
great.
watch this whole thing?
I could watch this all day. I really like this one.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Alvin and the Chipmunks. Very.
Brett, you want to watch that again from the beginning?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
watching it over here just on my own time now. I just have it
Yeah.
sort of running in the background.
Now shut it off. You're on double threat time right now.
Well, speaking of, I got to keep this clip train rolling because I've got 3 more I want to show you. I couldn't pick, so we got a couple more clips than normal this time because we got so many great submissions.
Yeah. And we like that the listeners take this so seriously. So thank you for your efforts with clips
Keeping
and
it clean.
participation. Yeah.
Well, you guys, I know you're big fans of Shakespeare, right? The Bard.
The Bard, of
I
course.
can't get enough.
Yeah.
Me either.
Well, you're gonna love Shakespeare.
Troilus, Cressida,
Oh, that one, yes.
Yeah.
both of them together.
Yeah.
You like them you like their solo acts, but now they're together for the first time.
Yeah.
And you're gonna like Shakespeare even more when you watch this clip and you see a Shakespeare soliloquy performed by a very maybe unexpected person, but doing a hell of a job here. So check this out. This is pretty interesting.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew.
Any guesses on who this is?
Mark Gastineau.
All right, one for Mark Gastineau.
Gabriel Byrne.
Gabriel Byrne. Okay,
let me see. Let me see if I guess it.
Because we have a low res sort of old video, and we see a shadowy figure in a sort of
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Okay, guess for Robin Williams.
Richard Lewis.
Richard Lewis. Okay, you're getting. I think you're getting warmer. Getting warmer. Let me show a little bit more.
Okay.
This is Jim Varney, a trained professional actor.
Okay, that's one way of learning
How
who it is.
weary, stale, flat and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world.
Yeah,
he's killing it.
Ernest goes to
the Globe Theater.
Goes
the
to
Globe.
Elsinore.
Ernest goes to the Globe.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, Vern.
Hey, Vern. What light?
Where art thou? Where art thou, Vern?
Yeah. Hey, Vern. What light doth? I don't even know anymore to even make fun of it. So little I know about Shakespeare. And what light doth?
Sure. Yonder.
What'd you think? I mean, Varney's got the chops. That was pretty good.
Does he? Or we just don't know enough about it to realize he sucked. That's one of those ones where somebody who knows anything about that type of acting is just like, yeah, he's awful. I'm just saying potentially. Maybe he is great. I don't know. The late great Jim Varney.
Ernest's bits were mostly monologues, so that's basically a soliloquy.
Yeah, that's true.
I never saw him. I'm waiting until I've seen every episode of the Beverly Hillbillies before I treat myself to the movie.
Sure.
Or curse myself with the movie. I don't know which way it'll rub me when I get there, but I'm not letting myself indulge on it, the reimagining, but I know he plays Jed in it.
Makes sense.
What's your favorite of the Ernests? There's, jail, camp, scared stupid, Christmas, school.
I think scared stupid.
Yeah.
I like the one where he tells that newscaster that he masturbates a lot.
Oh, that was
Ernest goes to Borgnine.
Yeah. That was Ernest Borgnine, right? Yes.
That was Ernest. Ernest goes on the air.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch. I guess we can't watch that right now.
We can't watch that.
That's not family friendly.
That's not family
friendly.
I
shouldn't have said that word. I should have said makes ice cream a lot. Makes ice cream sundaes.
That's so much worse.
That's
I know. I told you this is gonna backfire.
Yeah.
I told you it was gonna backfire.
Yeah, you called it.
Well, look, let's get this train back on the tracks. I got another family friendly clip here. And what's more family
this train of which you speak?
Yeah.
Is it the Polar Express when it's hot cocoa time?
That is. Polar Express, Thomas the Tank Engine. It's a family friendly train. It's not that like the Excella Express full of like business people, going up and down the Northeast corridor. This is this is a family friend. There's a train with a face on the front of it. Imagine that.
Yes.
A friendly
but
face.
Whose face? And it wasn't like not like a serial killer like took the skin off someone's face and put it on the train.
No. Imagine like a fun like the
wholesome,
face. Yes.
Wholesome.
Like the face of like, I don't know, W.C. Fields, like on the front of a train, something kind of
drunk.
Hello, this like what a weird setup. First of all, he's doing it alone. So that was him clearly trying to show his chops, and he used his earnest money to do.
What's the context of what we just saw?
I think he started out that way. I think he was like before like the Ernest thing happened, he was like a trained actor, like a Shakespearean actor.
Oh, of course, but you think that they shot that before any of the Ernest stuff?
So this clip, let's see.
Why would somebody get
why did somebody bother to show up
Shakespeare
at work
guy
to light it?
I don't know. Maybe it was for some sort of, it's for something, some sort of thing, it
was for children to get some culture.
Yeah, I think it was. I think this is all in the up and up. I think this is just a thing he did.
Look, if
I'm looking now for any information about it. I can't really find anything.
If he used his money to film that, then more power to you.
Like a tax write-off?
Yeah, or just he wanted to have some video that he could show people he had chops.
Yeah, and it's like one for them, one for me. Like I'll do an earnest movie for the people, and then I'm going to hire a cameraman so I can do my Shakespeare, for me.
Yeah. He would say it was one for them, one for me. It would be like, I'll do Ernest Scared Stupid for them, but I'll do Ernest Saves Christmas for me. It's like, well, Jim, that's not how it works. Then he'd say, yeah, you're the one with all the money, huh?
Is he dead?
He is. He died
sadly.
a long time ago.
Yeah. February 2000. So he made it into the new millennium.
He did
not
We
by
missed
much.
9/11. How
Yep.
convenient,
I
as
always-
the church lady would say.
I always think about these people that didn't know 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
George Harrison, I think, just missed 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
It says here he died of Y2K. All right, oh man, this next clip I got for you though. Hold on a second. Hold the phone. This is, when we're talking about family friendly, what's more family friendly than a pizza buffet? And I'm not talking Cece's.
Oh,
I'm talking a place called Pizza Delight. I don't know where this was, but it looks like a regional pizza buffet. And this is a video that was sent in by Toby. Thank you, Toby.
Thank you, Toby.
And this is kind of a how-to.
But this isn't Toby from The Office.
This isn't Toby Hooper, is it?
It's not spelled like Toby Hooper. It is spelled like Toby from The Office.
Like Toby Flenderson?
It's Toby from The Office.
It might be Toby Flenderson from The Office, yeah.
Oh, God. Book 2. We're showing that over at the City Walk. Come check it out, folks.
Now, this is sort of like a life hack. This is like how to get if you're going to Pizza Delight buffet in the this looks like from 2005. So if you're going to Pizza Delight in the early aughts, you want to get your bang for your buck.
Yeah,
this is a kid showing his dad how to really master the buffet.
It's really important to game the system at a pizza buffet.
Yeah, the system meaning paying money for pizza.
Yeah. All right, this I gotta see.
And what's more important at a pizza buffet than the bread?
Okay, Dad. First thing you have to do is choose the bread. I'm gonna go with this one tonight.
I think I'll take this one.
Good choice. Then the spread. I like the spicy cheese one here myself, but you use whatever you like.
How's this one right here?
Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. Okay, do both sides. Yeah. I mean, if you want, I like both.
Hold on, hit pause, please. This has the most divorced dad energy.
This is the sickest clip we've ever seen on this show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brett, I thought this was a wholesome episode. Why are you showing us a deleted scene from Happiness?
Yeah, this is
the scene where like Dylan Baker and his son go to Pizza Hut?
Yeah,
I don't know that scene. Oh, good. Well, it's right here.
Yeah, Todd Solondz was just like, all right, that's too much. That's too weird.
Fun is fun, but
yeah, but that's just crossing the line.
They are people.
I don't know what you're seeing. I just see a father and son helping themselves to a lot of bread at the pizza buffet.
The
which
son
they may or
is
may
trying
not
to
have
kill
paid
his
for.
dad. He's giving him the worst advice ever. You're about to eat pizza and you're filling up on bread and cheese.
It's a waste of. You're wasting this kid doesn't
and
know
butter?
anything. He knows nothing about Pizza Delight. This kid, but this father who has been out of this kid's life for 2 years, and he's trying to reconnect.
This is
with
one
him.
weekend a month.
Yeah, he's trying to reconnect. Like the dad vanished for 3 years. Now he's trying to reconnect with the kid. Let's go to the pizza buffet, and the kid's like the boss because he's asserting himself in the face of his deadbeat dad.
Right.
Like,
that's a good read because I was trying to put my finger on it. The dad is weirdly like he's
a cuck.
He is.
That's
The
got
dad
some serious
doesn't remember
cuck
how he
energy.
got like 90%
like,
of the
deferring to his-
tattoos on his body.
Yeah.
There's kind of like a memento situation thing too going on with dad where like when he was gone for 3 years, like he doesn't remember where he was.
Yeah. Dad, and I'm gonna take a red pill because I'm smart. You can't have one of those. You should probably stick with the butter. Can we back it up a little bit?
Sure, yeah. Let's just start from the beginning.
Okay, Dad, first thing you have to do is choose the bread. I'm gonna go with this one tonight.
I think I'll take this one.
Good choice.
All right, hit pause already. I need
Then the
to.
spread. I like the spicy
So this kid
cheese
clearly
one.
eats here all the time. I'm going to go with this one tonight. As opposed. And also, what bread is he going with? He's going with, it looks like just a slice of Italian bread.
Yeah, it's very...
Wow, bold choice.
The close-up of Dad being confused looking at the bread is probably the most depressing shot in anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, I need to see that again, please. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that one. I'm going to try this spread. I'm going to try the spicy butter. I'm going to put this one on. You can't go wrong with that one.
Is Dad getting out of the hospital? Like, is there like a severe... Is this like a regarding Henry kind of thing?
I feel like this is one where they're going to... the kid's going to slowly realize this isn't his dad. His dad is tied up in a trunk somewhere in the Pizza Delight parking lot.
He's using that's his dad's face. He's wearing his dad's face.
Yeah, he's wearing his dad's face. He's in the trunk of his car in Pizza Delight, the strip mall that has Pizza Delight in it. My son.
Either that or he's an alien that's never seen bread before.
I'm going to try this one. Okay.
Good choice.
Yeah, good choice. I'm going to try the spicy butter. Well, I'm going to try this one.
I'm going to try this one, and he reaches for a fork.
Yeah, I'm going to eat this one. That's a utensil, Dad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Ha, 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 ha.
But just make sure no water touches me. Because I'll turn into a gremlin.
Okay, Dad, first thing you have to do...
Is that water? No, Dad, that's sauce.
Yeah, no, that's the salad bar, Dad.
Is sauce water?
They also have this weird... What drives me more nuts than anything at places like this where there's a decorative jar of pasta on top of the salad bar. Right?
Really creative decorating, actually.
All right,
it's really fun to remind people that they're about to eat Italian food by decorating the space with jars of
uncooked pasta. Yeah, of uncooked. All right, this is the best thing I've ever seen. So let's.
Okay, Dad. First thing you have to do is choose the bread. I'm gonna go with this one tonight.
Yeah,
I'll take this one.
Good choice. Then the spread. I like the spicy cheese one here myself, but you use whatever you like.
How's this one right here?
Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. Okay, do both sides. I mean, if you want, I like both. That's great.
Okay, now what?
Okay, now we put it on the grill.
Just like this?
Excellent.
Grill your own bread.
What the? Grill your own bread. Free with your meal. So this is like a selling point for this chain.
Tom, I had no idea where this was heading.
Grill your
and now that I know
bread.
that this is a grill your own bread bar, I guess it kind of makes more sense that the kid is like, so this is how this place works.
Mm-hmm.
But it does seem like he's giving lessons to an alien.
Mm-hmm. My God, I'm looking at it right now. Pizza Delight lunch buffet is available 11:30 to 1:30, $12.49 plus tax.
Wait, you can still go to a Pizza Delight?
I'm looking.
Where's
now.
the closest one?
I'm looking at pizzadelight.com right now.
Who's taking this kid to Pizza Delight if his dad isn't? Like, why is the kid more familiar with this than the dad?
Yeah.
Are other dads in the neighborhood taking him every night?
Oh, yeah, exactly. What if these are just his mother's suitors?
Call me Dad tonight.
Yeah, okay, Dad. We're going to Pizza Delight. Find a restaurant. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any Pizza Delights.
I think the Grill Your Own Bread song is perfectly, like, it's revealed at the exact right time.
I got good news and I got bad news.
Okay.
Good news is it's in business still.
Great.
The bad news
Really?
is they all seem to be in Canada.
So that's what they're doing up there.
And you know my history with Canadian pizza.
No bueno. Well, I'm
going to type in Los Angeles and see what comes up.
What do you think all these spreads are? This is a lot of options for bread spreads.
Flavored butters, because if you have a grill your own bread bar, you know one's going to be garlic flavored.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay, now what?
Okay, now we put it on the grill.
Just like this?
Excellent.
Grill your own bread, pizza delight.
Hey, you're getting pretty good at this, Dad.
Thanks.
Hey, you're getting pretty good at this, Dad. Thanks. So clearly this kid's been coming to this place and the dad hasn't.
Yeah.
Every
weird
night.
I think this is the start of a new chapter to their relationship, though. This is they're getting back on the right track now.
He has been grilling bread with every dad in the neighborhood.
Grill your own bread.
Jerry, Dennis, Al,
Keith,
Eddie, Jim, Dave.
I also love how they kept it vague, where it's just like, I'm going to try the spicy cheese. Well, should I try this one? I'm going to try this one. Like they didn't name the other one.
They're like, to be determined. Just say this one.
I can't go wrong with that one.
We can't legally call it butter yet. We can't legally say the word garlic.
We can't. Yeah, technically, we can't name any of the spreads except for spicy cheese.
There's a line too that's so full of meaning. I think when he's like, you can put the bread on the grill, but then he's like, if you want to. Yeah. There's like this weird like.
Spicy cheese one here myself, but you use whatever you like.
How's this one right here?
Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. Okay, do both sides. I mean, if you want, I like
that.
I mean, if you want.
There's something there. That's like the whole relationship. Yeah.
Don't leave.
It's very much like he's giving him an instruction and then walking it back because he remembers he's a child and that like the dad has to feel some dignity.
That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah.
And
he's doing it for the dad's sake. Be like, oh, but I'm just the kid. So
and he also, I think, is scared if he knows if he says one thing wrong, the dad's gone again.
Yeah.
Like you do both sides. I mean, if you want, whatever you want, Dad, just don't go again.
The mother, he comes over. The mother's like drinking in the bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Another 3 months.
Yeah. You know, your father left us because you were so pushy at Pizza Delight.
You didn't tell him how to butter his bread,
It's your fault. It's your fault. You got so pushy at Pizza Delight. He left. If you're going back, you don't set him off again. You can butter both sides. I mean, if you want. Your father left because of you.
Take your father to Pizza Deluxe. Compliment him on his bread choice.
Tell him to spread whatever spread he picks, even if you think it's disgusting. You tell him you can't go wrong with that one. Grill your own bread. Fix your family at Pizza
Grill your
Delight.
own bread.
Yeah.
That's something that someone says when they're like, grill your own bread when they're mad at you.
Grill your own bread. It's just like, also just like, I didn't realize the grilling of bread was a thing.
Well, right. Because garlic bread is usually baked.
And it's not, what's the appeal of doing it yourself?
None.
Oh, I get to do it.
None whatsoever.
Wash your own car at the car wash. At Car Wash Delight.
Yeah, in one way, they're like giving away a trade secret.
Yeah. Exactly. It's just like, cook your own steak. I'm at a restaurant. Why am I working? You're putting me to work?
It is a popular, I guess, if any Canadian listeners want to shed light on this chain,
please,
and whether that's like an appealing part of it, please let us know.
Reach out. You get the lightning lane.
Never been anything I've thought about in my life.
You get the double threat lightning lane. You get right through, and we want to pick your brain.
Because at no point did I ever go to Quiznos and have the person be like, "You want to put the sandwich on the grill yourself?"
Yeah. Hey, you want to come around back and
if you tip them, they let you put the sandwich in the oven.
Oh, okay. So if I don't tip them, then they do everything.
Grill your own bread.
What a weird perk. If you play your cards right, I'll let you grill the bread. Or you could, since you work here and I'm paying, you can do it. Yeah, I'm good.
Don't you think that sort of sounds like a Pearl Jam song?
Grill your own bread. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jeremy grilled his own bread today.
Jeremy's dad didn't come home today.
Yeah. Last time I remember grilling bread, and your father went away because you told him to butter it on both sides. You talked about the spicy cheese. You made him feel like he was half a man. You know, Mom, when I come here with Dennis, Dennis doesn't do both sides.
Who's Dennis?
He's Mom's
Who's
friend.
Dennis?
Mom's
She
friend.
Said,
Yeah. Who's Dennis? He said.
and smiled in his certain way.
Yeah. Jar of spicy cheese.
This is new Pearl Jam album.
Yeah.
Pizza Delight is like
Yeah.
their darkest work yet.
Yeah. Their most sinister album to date. Who sent that one in?
That's from Toby.
That's right. Toby, turn yourself into the authorities. I don't trust you if this is what is going on in your house. And I mean it in the best possible way. Turn yourself into the authorities. You're up to something.
Yeah, for your own good. Like when Manson said to those prison guards,
Please,
don't let me out of here.
Don't let me out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come on, Toby. You know that's the right thing to do.
I gotta say, all you need to do is tell people to send in wholesome clips in order to find the biggest.
I got the weird. I
Yeah.
got weirder stuff than I've ever got before.
These
asking
are the
for wholesome
sickest-
clips.
What
These
I
are the sickest things I've ever seen.
This is truly the most demented stuff that Double Threat has ever aired, and we've had some seriously disturbing things. That one was like a it was like a Paul Schrader wrote that.
Yeah. We basically went to the Schrader Cafe.
That was so weird. I want to know from Toby, how did you find that clip? Like, was that a commercial you remember?
Of like father son, something's off video.
This is one of my
clips?
favorite type of clips too, because I'm only seeing 1,000 views on this. So
Yeah.
this is not like a viral thing that
No.
somebody found, because everybody shared it on Instagram.
No, this
Toby searched this one out.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Toby, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
And if you want to bring your counsel,
Yeah.
that's up to you.
Please, if you want an attorney present, that is completely within your rights.
We couldn't say we blame you.
I also want to applaud you, Toby. This is one of the best clips I've ever gotten on the show.
Oh my
this
God,
one cracked
that
me
was
up.
legendary.
This one cracked me up.
Yeah, if you want. If you bring an attorney, if you like.
Yeah, if you like. If you want to.
I mean, I like to.
What a magical moment that was.
There's also like no mention of pizza at all.
Yeah, there wasn't pizza within a mile of that.
It's surprising, in fact,
buffet.
to me that they still have the grill your own bread station, because it could have been something where they were like out of pizza for a month and they
Yeah.
had to figure something out.
Yeah, it feels like they over ordered on bread, and then this was the way they got past that was like, well,
That
let's
bread
turn
looks
all the
so
extra bread
bad,
into a
though.
thing.
Like, to Tom's point, that like those terrible tiny slices of Italian bread. And I'm a bread.
I love bread.
I love
yeah, I'm not
bread.
gonna lie, I wouldn't get past the bread bar at this place. I think I would load up on grilled bread. I wouldn't even get to the pizza.
Yeah.
This would get
I'd
me in
get
the
to the
door.
pizza.
This would get me in the door at Pizza
Imagine
Delight,
if this was
bread bar.
Yeah. Imagine if this was you in your younger years, Brett, when you were hanging out in that back room of the CC's. You're hanging out at a Pizza Delight.
Pizza Delight would make Cece's look.
All you need to do is put the bread out and call it a day.
Yeah.
I got
Make sure the ramekins have enough goo in them.
I got to look up what spreads.
What spreads? Do like a quick crumb pass.
First I'm going to type.
And then
grill
guess
your
what?
own-
The customers do everything else.
Julie, I typed in the word grill your, and it came up grill your own bread Pizza Delight.
Okay, good.
Our
What are the
phones are
spreads?
listening to us, by the way. This happened to me the other day, and it was like there was no explanation for how my phone would be able to like finish the search unless it had just been listening to my conversation.
I am so curious as to what the search is, but I'm also not going to ask you.
It was nothing dirty. It was just like it was like a very just like
None of my business.
specific idiosyncratic kind of thing that I was like
dirty, it
searching
was
for.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean no shade, but in this case it just wasn't.
I searched. There's a Reddit discussion. Pizza Delight bread grill bar. Does anyone know? This is from 3 years ago. Does anyone know the names of the bread and spreads they used to have at the
Great question.
At the Grill Your Own Bread Bar at Pizza Delight? There was a specific combo I absolutely loved. The triangle-shaped bread, and I think sun-dried tomato spread, but I can't remember the name of the bread for the life of me.
This is a sting. This is not real.
Focaccia sounds
someone
familiar.
Is looking for someone.
Focaccia sounds familiar, but I feel like that wasn't it.
This bread bar
this is
great.
a trick.
Here's somebody's reply. I think I must have liked that same spread as you. I think about it a lot too, LOL. And I'm also thinking it was sun-dried tomato. It was so good that I'm online now looking for a copycat recipe.
Get off this site right now. I've never had a worse more ominous feeling.
Julie, there's some guys here that want to talk to me now that I'm looking at this.
These people are not talking about bread, but they might be talking about spread.
Here's my favorite thing. This thread started 3 years ago. The one I just read was a reply a year later, 2 years ago. Here's one somebody wrote 1 year ago. They had this in Ontario, and I'm just here to say this shit slapped. R.I.P. Oakville Pizza Delight. We didn't deserve you.
Oh, boy. What's going on in Canada? Our upstairs neighbors, maybe they deserve that free health care.
Yeah. Let's see. I think Pizza Delight might be on the ropes.
You're
Well, they got to bring back the Grill Your Own Bread bar. It sounds like.
It seems like it's in Newfoundland. A lot of them.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Grill your own bread. I'm saying this. If that's how we end 2024 on Double Threat, we ended on the highest of high notes with that clip.
That was it. That was the final clip. I saved the best for last in 2024. Now, of course, you can always sign up to Patreon for bonus clips.
Yeah.
One of which will be coming out this Friday, and hopefully a couple over the break as well. But that was it for this episode. That was the final clip.
Amazing.
By the way, in Newfoundland, they grill their own socks. I mean, they'll grill anything. It's very cold.
Yeah. Yep.
You go into a restaurant, they go, grill your own hat.
but please take it off your head when you. Really? There's a sign that says.
No, there's grill your own head.
Oh, you can grill your own head. So there's people with char marks.
Steamed. It's better steamed.
Yeah.
Get your sinuses moisturized.
I feel like we need Brett for 2025.
Did you call me Brett or Brett?
Grill
Brett.
your own
okay.
Brett.
All right. I thought maybe you were having
I'm not that much under the spell of
slip.
Thing. What if on the table right here we build in a little grill?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
And you can come in, you can grill some bread during the show.
That's a great idea.
Or you could throw meat in his mouth.
So yeah, I mean, you could do barbecue, you could do bread. I mean, you could do really whatever you want.
Well,
I mean, as long as you clean that grill after you're done.
Yeah,
with
we'll keep it as a bread grill.
Okay, bread grill.
We'll start with it as a bread grill.
Okay.
We'll have some spreads out, some different breads.
Breads, spreads,
yeah,
threads.
I got a George Foreman I could probably kind of take apart and kind of.
You know what grill
build into the table?
The George Foreman grill's good. You know which grill I can't stand? The George Brett grill.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what he puts on that thing. His pants.
Yeah, the size 38 pants is his friend.
He just torches his pants.
Although if you want to double taper your hot dogs, that's the grill to use.
Please.
Stop talking about that. It was so bad.
So horrifying.
The worst thing I've ever heard.
No, I mean, what's worse is a single tapered hot dog, because then one end is just flying loose in the wind.
Brett, what is wrong with you? Talking about the tapering. Clearly, this triggered something in you. It's like a Manchurian Candidate thing.
Yeah.
the word double tapered set something off in your head now, and you just
You're malfunctioning.
it activated this new version of you. If you keep this up, and I mean it, you can't use the bread grill. I'll revoke your bread grill privileges.
Well, here's the thing about the privilege of getting to the bread grill is you have to compliment. It seems like you have to do a lot of stroking. To your partner.
Don't say words like that, Julie. What are you trying to do?
This is the G-rated episode.
The word stroking is the last thing we need to say.
Really stroke. You're really gonna have to stroke your daddy if you're. Listen, what? What did I say? I just said that you have to compliment his choice of bread. You have to compliment his choice of spread.
Stroke his
ego.
You
have to compliment his technique.
Because then he's going to say, well, that's what I call it, my ego.
Let go of my ego?
Yeah. He says, don't let go of my ego.
Yeah. I'll tell you what
I'll say this, Brett, seriously, the grilling privilege will be revoked. The bread will not be revoked. The spreads will still be. You'll have full access to the spreads and the bread.
I just got to do it cold.
Yeah, nobody wants like a room temperature piece of stale. Those
Yeah.
are all stale. Every slice of bread.
Yeah. You
that
really
child and his father had access to was going to be really bad raw.
Absolute disgusting. You really want to eat a cold slice of spicy cheese bread? Well, if you don't. If you don't fly right, mister, you get no bread grill privileges.
I wonder if they had to get rid of it because it was just such a fire hazard. Because you got to imagine people just forgot about leaving and they just left their bread on the grill and walked away.
Their own stuff. They probably brought their own stuff from home. Like I could totally see somebody having a frozen Eggo in their pocket that they just slipped onto the grill.
Yeah. Somebody throwing a halibut on that thing.
It's Canada. I don't put it past them.
Yeah.
But think about how many people put a piece of bread on there. I mean, think about it. You got a buffet. You got 6, buffet setups all around you. Very easy to forget that you put a piece of bread on the bread grill. You forget to go back for it.
Yeah.
Suddenly the smoke alarm's going off.
Like a bagel toaster?
It didn't look like it.
It looked like
just a flat grill. It looks like a backyard grill.
No, that's not not a courtyard breakfast buffet thing where you put it on a little.
If that's the case, that is an excellent point because nobody at a buffet the thing people like to do at a buffet is keep moving. So if they're going to put something down, they're going to say, "Oh, I'll circle back."
Yeah, they're like birds. They get distracted by the next shiny
That's what I'm
object,
talking about.
And you're just like, "Oh,
you want
look
to
at the
keep
pizza
it
over
moving.
there."
You don't want to just sit there in front of the grill and watch your bread get grilled.
Here's a suggestion: just put a toaster oven in. Then there's no problem with this because it just
but there
pops up
is
when
a
it's
problem
done.
if you put
Nobody wants to toast their own
You
bread.
slather that thing in spicy cheese and then you put it in a toast. What's the bottom of that toaster oven going to be looking like?
Like George Brett's.
It might be harder
pants,
to
probably.
toast something double buttered.
That's
Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
Julie, I don't want to repeat it.
What did he say? The bathroom of the Bellagio?
No, he said the
works
bottom
too.
of the grill looked like George Brett's pants.
Yeah.
We just wanted to do a G-rated episode, Brett.
It was a G-spot rated episode.
Yeah. To me, it's a G, I wonder what my Forever Dog contract looks like episode.
It's not our fault that these sickos send all these sick clips.
Yeah, I might have just triggered the morality clause in that contract.
Yeah.
You might have a way out now.
Oh, God.
Now I might own the place now. That's the thing kicks in. I'm fully responsible for everything now.
Grill your own bread.
That is, So we got
It's
one more.
also a song that only goes up. It's like there's no resolution. You know what I mean? It's not like grill your own bread. It's like grill your own bread.
Grill your own bread.
There's like a tension building.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know how it's going to get resolved.
I want to say this to the Double Threat listeners.
You're sick.
You're all sick. Number one. 2 things I want to say. You're sick. You all need help. And as someone who needs help, I recognize recognizes like. Secondly, the next time Julie and I do live shows, we're going to be grilling some bread.
Good idea.
Would you work the bread grill, Brett?
100%. You know I love a job. You know I love a task.
We'll just set you up in the corner of the room Nobody's watching the show because everybody's worried about their spicy cheese spread.
We should get a bread grill cam.
Yeah.
So the insurance will know exactly when the studio ignited.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But, well, according to the bread grill cam that we conveniently placed right before we lit the place on fire, I mean the accident happened.
Yeah. When the bread went up.
Well, now that you're saying that, maybe this was the whole thing for Pizza Delight. Took a look at their insurance policy and said, you know what? We'd make a hell of a lot more money if we just burned all these down.
Yeah.
But we need a ruse.
Just make sure that, whatever we put on this thing is like really lubricated on both sides.
Yeah. With, I don't know, spicy cheese.
Yeah, something that'll sort of drip down into the slats, into the...
Yeah.
Is there some way it doesn't move to like create any airflow?
Yeah. Yeah. One of the biggest accelerants is spicy cheese.
And then, like, is there a way, I don't know, like a commercial we could make or something that could like attract sex offenders who like
attract
who won't
people
be
who don't
missed and could possibly be blamed?
Yeah, people without a will to live.
We're doomed.
We really are.
Toby, we're bringing you down with us.
Yeah, Toby is like the harbinger of the apocalypse.
Toby set us up.
Yeah.
I knew it was you, Freda. I knew it was you, Bretto.
And that'll be, if Jim Varney was here, he would say, Toby or not Toby.
Yeah.
And that's a Harold.
Yes, that's a Harold. That's a Harold. Happy holidays, everybody.
Everybody, like Julie said, happy holidays. Thank you all for a spectacular 2024. Double Threat was so much fun this year, and doing the live streams and hanging out with you, the Double Threat listener, has been such a blast. The most fun year yet. And I do feel like
at least in regards to Double Threat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm just talking about Double Threat.
Absolutely.
Next year, we're going to top it. We're going to have more fun on Double Threat. The world sucks. So you got Double Threat here to make you laugh and keep you in good spirits and help you get through your weeks.
Absolutely. Let us grill your bread for you.
You thought we were raunchy in 2024. Wait until 2025, baby.
No.
I mean, if you want us to go blue, all you need to do is ask people for wholesome material, apparently.
Yeah.
And have us react to it truthfully.
Yeah.
That's your recipe, Brad. If you want like a filthy show, if you want to do Dirty Dog productions.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently, all you need to do is solicit wholesome G-rated material.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're watching.
We're grilling our own bread.
Yeah, we're grilling our own bread over here.
Grill your own bread.
That was great. Thanks everybody for the clips. That was a hell of a submission round.
A great way to end 2024 on Double Threat.
Absolutely.
We'll be back beginning of January with more.
We'll be back January 13th. And then Patreon subscribers, we will see you live
this Wednesday.
December
later
18th.
This week. Yeah.
Right? December 18th
That's
at
right.
8 p.m.
That's
Eastern.
right. And then you can catch it on replay over the holidays,
Pacific.
relive all the moments.
And the Patreon, of course, is patreon.com/DoubleThreatPod.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, folks. See you in 2025. Bye.
Bye-bye.